Who exactly are the secret buyers willing to pay $500,000 to Joe Biden's scandal-plagued son, Hunter Biden, for his art? Serious questions this week following new reports that Hunter Biden's abstract art could sell for up to $500,000 and the buyers are to be kept confidential. Some are already wondering if there could be more behind this, given Hunter Biden's shady business dealings in places like Ukraine and China, and the fact that Hunter Biden's art dealer has previously been charged with terrorist threats and himself has deep links to China. Hunter Biden's art dealer, pictured here, George Burgess, was also previously sued for allegedly defrauding an investor of $500,000. More info this week at the Daily Mail. Article with the headline, Hunter Biden's abstract art to sell for $500,000 to anonymous and confidential collectors, says his ex-convict agent, raising serious questions about who the buyers are. This article opens saying Hunter Biden is preparing to sell his artworks at an upcoming exhibition for as much as $500,000 to anonymous and confidential buyers, sparking concerns over bribery and potential money laundering. Joe Biden's son, Hunter, who has no professional background as an artist, will be selling off his artwork at a solo exhibition in New York City this fall. Biden's art dealer, George Burgess, who was jailed in California in the 90s for assault, told ArtNet that he has priced his latest client's artworks between $75,000 and $500,000. Art dealers have already noted that Biden is likely profiting off his father's name, given the staggering price of his artwork, with one saying his art would more likely sell for as much as $100,000 if he wasn't a Biden. Once again, this article goes on to point out how all sales of Biden's artwork will be kept confidential despite his alleged corruption over prior business deals in Ukraine and China. It has raised concerns that buyers with nefarious interests could potentially pay for the pieces to try to get access to Joe Biden through his son. There are also fears from some that the sales of Biden's artwork could result in people using laundered money to buy them, and anonymous buyers in places like Russia might try purchasing Biden's son's artwork to try to get around sanctions currently imposed in their countries. The U.S. Treasury Department has already warned that this is a major problem. Back in October of 2020, they said that high-value art sales could be used by individuals in countries forbidden from doing business in the U.S. as a way of circumventing that ban. The Treasury Department advisory warned that the anonymity afforded to art buyers made it harder to track such illegal activity. It also warned the same buyers could then potentially resell the same works in the United States, enabling them to take money out of the U.S. and potentially fund activities such as terrorism. The same article reminds us that money laundering and other crimes has long been an issue in the art world because of how secretive sales can be and how it can be sold off with 100% tax deductions. And I'm sure others will find this strange, as they point out here, Biden's artworks are expected to sell for more than many career painters and even famous artists make on a single artwork. Biden's ex-convict art dealer is planning a private viewing in Los Angeles before a solo exhibit will be held at his George Burgess Gallery in Manhattan. The Daily Mail has a quote from one art consultant who said that he wasn't a fan of Biden's art but was confident the pieces would sell for hefty prices. He said, quote, "I'm very positive that he's going to do well in the market because this industry is very much about, what's a simple way to put this? It's like clout." Again, they go into detail here about Hunter Biden's various scandals over the years, including alleged corruption in his business dealings with Ukraine and a Justice Department probe into transactions with China. Reaching the end of this article, they add a quote from Hunter Biden when asked what his father thought of his artwork. Biden said, My dad loves everything that I do, and so I'll leave it at that. He signed a deal to be represented by George Burgess Gallery late last year. Finally, they add here, once again, Burgess was the subject of a federal lawsuit in 2016 after he was accused of defrauding an investor. The investor claimed that she'd invested $500,000 in his gallery, but he used the cash to pay off debts. Burgess countersued, and the case was settled in 2018. Burgess also has strong ties to China and has regularly exhibited works by Chinese artists. So a bit more info here. Looking back at an article from January, they add that Hunter Biden's art dealer, George Burgess, regularly features work by Chinese artists and recently said he would want to open art galleries in Beijing and Shanghai. Quote, "The questions that I always had was, how's China changing the world in terms of art and culture?" Burgess told the China Daily in 2014. Another new article on this issue today at the National Legal and Policy Center includes a quote from an interview they did with the New York Post back in January, where they point out how the transactions are a convenient way for Biden to further hide who is paying him for anything, not just his art. National Legal and Policy Center Tom Anderson told the Post back in January, quote, "Hunter Biden's tangled web of shell companies, LLCs, investment vehicles, and options agreements make it virtually impossible to know where he is getting income from. We highly doubt a career as an artist will do anything more than act as a vehicle to further shield where that income is coming from." Please leave a comment and tell me what you think about this latest update. If you could give this video a thumbs up, remember to click the like button, that's greatly appreciated, and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. And as usual, thank you very much everyone who has been supporting this channel with your donations over at Patreon or PayPal, and with your super chats as well. It's very much appreciated. You can find either link down in the video description where you can support this channel directly, patreon.com/realityreader or paypal.me/realityreader. I will follow up soon. Thanks again.